Welcome to Is It Fast and welcome to the BMW 8 Series, where today we will be asking the question, does the world need another Grand Tourer? To watch this BMW review and all of our reviews here on Is It Fast of the BMW range so far, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Maybe not.
This is the new 8 Series. And it isn't the first 8 Series that BMW have produced. I'm of an age where, when I think of an 8 Series, I think of the futuristic wedge-shaped thing that came out in the mid-90s to show the world that BMW were in fact very, very serious about making cars and that they could produce vehicles worthy to go on your bedroom wall at home. This 8 Series has been designed kind of to do the same thing. It's been a little while since BMW released a car that they wanted to conjure up all sorts of funny feelings in the crotch department, and it's very expensive. It's meant to be luxurious, so rival the Mercedes S-Class of this world. It's meant to have extraordinary performance and is meant to rival the Aston Martins of this world. It's going to be interesting to see if it does that. So what can I tell you about the 8 Series? Well, let's start with, is it comfortable? Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty comfortable. What you want out of a Grand Tourer is something that is comfortable, because it's designed to take you in sporty luxury to the south of France. This particular 8 Series, given to me by Barrett's BMW, is equipped with the M Sport package, so that means everything is a touch sportier, both on the outside and the inside, but it does make the seats quite supportive. They are heated, they are also ventilated, which means they can cool your backside down as well as heating it up. You can press some very cool buttons, which means that bits of the seat fill with air, which gives you a very personalised seating experience. I guess if you're doing a 700-mile trek down to the Pyrenees, that's pretty much what you want. What I will say is the interior of this car is very similar, if not identical, to the X5 and the 3 Series, both of which we have reviewed here on Is It Fast, and it does let it down a little bit. Not in terms of the quality or how easy it is to use or the finish or anything like that. It's just, if you're going to release something like an 8 Series to great fanfare, you kind of want the interior to do something a little bit different. It does mean that it comes extraordinarily well equipped. So the steering wheel, very nice and sporty. The dashboard is beautifully laid out and fully digital. So when you turn it into sport mode, back into comfort mode, into eco, it changes. That's interesting. The infotainment system is your BMW standard. It does come with the twist your finger one way, twist your finger the other way to turn up the volume and turn the volume down, and you can do fancy things with your hands like this to change whatever, radio station, track if you're listening to music. That's all very cool. It just doesn't feel that special. Let's just see how quick it is. Oh, listen to that fake sound pumped through the stereo system to make you feel like you're David Coulthard on speed. Oh, I know the sound that is pumped into this cabin is fake, but I still enjoy it. I don't really care that much. Makes me feel important, and that's nice. So let's talk about money. How much does it cost to put your bum in this seat? Well, prices for the 8 Series start at £71,000, and I'm going to be beautifully candid for you. You're going to end up spending a lot more than that to get this car. I'll be honest. Once you start adding packs, variations, go up the powertrains, one thing and the other, you're probably going to end up spending between £80,000 and £90,000 to get yourself a decent version of this car. The version I'm driving right now will cost you £81,000. It's the 840i. The one thing you can never, ever say about BMW is that they don't deliver a decent driving experience. Every single BMW that I have tested on Is It Fast genuinely drives extraordinarily well. You should also feel excited about driving it. And yeah, that's pretty good. That makes you feel excited. There's definitely no denying that the clever boffins in Bavaria have thought about what the driver's going to feel like, whether it's going to be exciting, whether it hugs a corner, whether it's going to be decent on an alpine route, or if it's going to be any good around town. Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is. It's definitely nimble for its size. It hugs the road. It sounds right, even though I know that sound is fake and pumped through my very, very nice Harman Kardon speakers. In a Grand Tourer, you want it to be comfortable and easy to drive. Thankfully, BMW give you a lot of tech to make that a reality nowadays. So you get radar-guided cruise control, essentially automated driving. When you're looking at Grand Tourer credentials, it needs to be able to just eat miles without even thinking about it, and it really does that. Really, really does. What do I not like about the 8 Series? I don't like the fact that the cabin, as I've mentioned, is similar, if not identical, to every other BMW in the range. That feels like it cheapens the experience a little bit. The sunscreen visors feel very cheap and very, very nasty, and have the smallest mirrors known to man. And then the light that will light your face while you're looking into the tiniest mirror ever, well, they're a little bit rubbish. They feel a bit plasticky and a bit cheap. There's not a lot of space in the rear 2 seats for a fully grown adult. You can get one in there, but it's a little bit fiddly to move the seat. It's a little bit cramped, and you wouldn't want to have 2 grown-ups in the back there for an awfully long period of time. Overall, how do I feel about the 8 Series? It feels like a car that sits not quite in the sports camp and not quite in the comfort camp. It has elements of the two, and it does both relatively well, but not exceptionally well. It's a confusing car. It's trying to be all things to all people, which at the moment feels very BMW. The entire range feels like it's trying to be all things to all people. And that isn't a negative thing, it's just not enough to keep one camp massively happy over the other. And I don't know if charging £80,000-90,000 for a car like this, being enough for enough people, is in itself enough. But I don't know, it's missing something. I can't put my finger on it. It just doesn't feel special enough to carry the 8 Series badge. And that's a real crying shame, because it really wants to be special. It isn't a bad car by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very good car. It does a lot of things very well. But that's the thing. It does a lot of things very well and not one thing spectacularly. I'm racking my brain about how to summarise it. It's really difficult. It is great. I enjoy being in the cabin. I enjoy driving it. I enjoy putting it in sport. I'm enjoying having it in comfort. I just don't know if that's enough, both for the 8 Series badge and for the price tag. I just don't know if it's enough to make you put your hand in your pocket and go out and get one.